Hey guys, it's 21 months on T, and I'll just go through some physical changes if I can think of any. I'm just progressively going along with all the changes thus far that I've mentioned. Now my hair is coming back on my body that I lost through a long time's sickness this past year. Let's see, I'm not sure if I have ever mentioned my ears, but Tony, my better half, has mentioned that my ears have gotten bigger. My eyebrows have gotten thicker, but you can't see them still, so I don't think you're actually going to be able to see the thickness of my eyebrows maybe for another year or so. I'm looking at transitioning still another 4 years. I know that a fellow friend of mine, he's 6 years into it, and he said that his changes have just started to mellow out and subside. We've been talking about, and Finn the Invincible has done some videos on how our minds have changed on the way we look at things, the way we feel about things, our emotions, just as we transition and as we get older. Sir Caleb 1965 just did a very good video on midlife crisis, or HRT. I did a response video on his video, and I think it brings up a lot of good subjects because we don't talk a lot about emotional things unless they happen right at the time. A lot of us older guys, we're basically pretty balanced. We've been there, done it a lot of times in our life. We've gone through our experiences. We've worked many jobs. We're now experiencing, a lot of us, different medical issues, which creates emotional and mental issues in our everyday living. Also dealing with the physical disabilities that we've been handed in life due to our work history and the injuries we've incurred on jobs. So there's a lot of things going on for us older guys, and there's older guys that's never gotten hurt or anything and isn't dealt with this, and there's older guys who are not balanced, and there's guys who still trying to find themselves and have not matured or have not found their net in life, and they're still searching. But pretty much, late 40s, mid 40s to late 40s, definitely 50s, you're pretty much balanced and been there, done that kind of thing, and now you're basically reaping what you've sown in your prior years. So anyway, so those are interesting things going on, and it's a constant thing in our transitions, because here we go through a puberty stage where our hormones are escalated and things are changing rapidly. Then it kind of slows down and we kind of get a handle on things, and then it speeds up, and then it goes down, and so our perspective is just lost somewhere in all that chaos of our hormones. And it's like being a teenager again. Some of us don't experience the extreme, and some of us really experience the extreme. But 21 months on T, and I'm really just kind of laid back into my transition. All the things that I used to worry about, the pronouns and the name and all that, that's all evened out. I'm never misgendered. I shouldn't say never, but I have not been misgendered in public by strangers, by anywhere that I have been a client. Misha, I'm sorry. The only thing that crosses my mind that I kind of worry about still is there was a situation in one of our group meetings for trans. We have a youngster, and the youngster has a little temper. If he doesn't get his way or doesn't think people are thinking his way. I was not there the night of this happened, but the end result of this whole meeting, he took his mom, thinking that the group would support him and talk his mom into allowing him to go on hormones. Well, the group wasn't going to tell his mom to do anything, so they basically just talked everything out, and he kept getting angrier and angrier, and so they started responding to his anger, and so it did not go the way he had thought it would, and he felt betrayed, and he brought up to someone that he felt his life was at risk. He felt threatened for his safety, should I say. And that drew a red flag to me only because of my career and knowing that people have falsely, or young kids have falsely accused adults of certain things, and sometimes those adults have been sent to jail or even prison. And so the one thing that came to mind was, oh my God, if I'm ever around this person and I don't act accordingly, is he going to call the law on me and say I've done something to him and falsely accuse me? And then, having to, and of course I'm thinking the extreme. What it boils down to is my fear of being put in jail or prison and being trans and not having a bottom surgery. So, Misha Marie. So, that was on my thought, and I shared that with Tony, and she just kind of shook her head and smiled at me. She goes, "You are so analytical sometimes." She goes, "Don't worry, that's not going to happen to you. You don't do anything wrong." And he has no grounds to even, there's just that won't happen to you. She just kind of pats me on the shoulder and just kind of says, "Oh," and she tells the girls, "Your papa." It's just like, but that's what I do sometimes. My worst fear is being locked up and having to deal with being trans. I know what guys do to other guys, and I could just imagine what they would do with me. So, anyway, as far as anything else in my life, everything's going good. I'm just laid back, fitting right into life. I don't feel a need, like I've listened to some guys feel a need to have that male companionship. Honestly, I really can't say I don't feel a need. I've just been so sick this last year. October would be a year that came down with that cocci fungus. I don't know if it's a disease or it's valley fever. It's what they call valley fever. It can take a long time for them to kill it. And then the last month or so, I've been suffering from pressure in my head and headaches. So, just trying to get healthy. Misha Marie, just trying to get healthy and stay healthy. I just would like to feel healthy again. It's been a long time, but I don't feel a need at this time in my life that I need a bunch of male companionship or anything. My brother-in-law he's about all that I've ever had anyway. So he's, I guess, going to be enough for me now. My life hasn't really changed as far as, well, it has changed. Okay, the dynamics. We're more involved in our support group through the trans world. A lot of good people, and we're still involved with our gay friends and stuff. But that's been pretty much football seasonal type of hangout for the past few years. So that was already changing, and that's just because of my disability and not being able to do a lot of the things they do and stuff. So we've had to say no to a lot of the invites, and we got to a point where they quit inviting us. So it is what it is. But so I mean, it basically, as far as life, everything's good. The emotional changes as we go. I've done a quick video, 1 or 2 there. I'm really glad that Finn's doing his weekly vlogs, and that Caleb is doing, his things that he's going through, putting it out there on the tube. It really gives us all to, hey, yeah, we've thought about that, or yeah, we've gone through that and haven't thought about doing a video. Again, many times I've done a video and it just didn't sound right, so I haven't uploaded it. But I hope everybody's doing good. I've started my push-ups off the countertop again. I hope that you guys that follow me know what I'm talking about. I hope that you start up if you haven't yet, or if you did start up and you stopped, I hope you can get it back and going, because it really is beneficial, and it really does benefit you as far as muscle mass. You'll see the difference being on T. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing good, taking it one day at a time. Always try to make your journey as simple as possible. Bye.